And now back to the basics. Taking off the headers. I do have unequal length headers there, Tomei ones, so those are going to be for sale for sure. And then first thing you want to do is actually take off these O2 sensors with a flathead screwdriver. You just stick it in there. You might have to do it with 2 hands. Yeah, need 2 hands for sure. Yep. Stick it in there, down, and then pull. Should come out. Should come out like so, and they are clipped somewhere, but mine have broken clips, so that one's zip tied to that. These broke. And then under the car, I'll show you what to do from there. Let me take this off. Now from under the car, I do have the unequal length headers from Tomei, so there is that infamous hard to reach bolt. And if you guys ever come across that, make sure you buy a crowfoot wrench. This will make your life so much easier on getting that bolt tightened. Plus you can actually use the torque wrench on here and torque that down to spec rather than risking a leak coming from that one hard to reach bolt. So if you ever install unequal length headers, make sure you do get these crowfoot wrench thing. Then you are gonna need a 14mm deep socket, because those are header bolts. They have a big, or not a big but long stud, 14mm. Again, also crowfoot wrench. And depending on what kind of bolts you have in your overpipe, use that. I think I used a 14 and a small 14. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Take off the headers and go from there. For you guys who are curious, this is how crowfoot wrench works. So you stick that in, grabs it, and then twist. Take it off, stick it back in, and then twist. After that, you should be good to go. So got the Tomei headers off. So goodbye Subi Rumble. I guess hello Turbo. We shall see what sounds better. Now again, I probably should say I bought this kit more than out of curiosity on how a boosted car feels like. Never really driven a boosted car. Never really knew someone who had a boosted car, so I couldn't really try it. So kind of cheaped out on the kit, I would say, yes. But depending on how I like it, maybe in the future I will upgrade to like a JDL Turbo, one that's unequal length, maybe to get back at that Subaru Rumble. But for now, either way, it's a boost. So no matter what kind of boost, you'll probably be able to enjoy it. So hopefully my engine holds out during that time, and hopefully it goes all well. Now moving on to the next step, removing the intake manifold. That's not the intake manifold. The inlet hose, goodbye. Carbon fiber, this stuff right here should all be self-explanatory. I'll see if I run into troubles. That looks like a simple bolt here. That's gone. Goodbye K&N filter. This thing right here, and map sensor. Is it a map sensor? No, mass airflow. MAF with an F. So take that off, and we should be good. Right. So got the intake scoops out right here. This is gone. It's gone through right here. And look how roomy that engine bay looks like. Ooh, it's getting there. So we are getting to the point of no return. Almost there. We shall see. No regrets. This radiator is so dirty, full of bugs. Probably why you keep getting beat by Priuses. Probably affects the air drag properties of, I don't know, the car. Just clean it off a little bit, get the air flowing back in there, and we shall go to the next step. That should be plenty clean. Those things are not really dirt, but they're kind of bent fins. But got my battle scar. Scrape my knuckle in there. I don't know if you can see that. So note to self, be careful. careful when you clean this up. Time for the next challenge, which will be the oil pan. Hopefully it doesn't go too bad, but so one good thing to actually buy, you'll let you guys work on cars a lot when you're on a budget, is to buy these high, I think they're called high class or high height, I don't know, but they're higher than normal jack stands. So as you guys can see, I can actually fit a whole bucket of Pep Boys in there to oil my drain so that doesn't go flying everywhere. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drain the oil, and that's probably the point of no return because I don't have oil yet. It's supposed to come today, but given it's 12 in the morning, hopefully it comes today, or else, you know, that'd suck. It doesn't come today. But yeah, drain the oil, and then we'll take up the oil pan and go from there. See, not too bad, not even a mess. Just because this thing is so high up, it's not gonna splash. It's right, basically right there. Please don't drop my phone. That's a lot of oil. But yeah, simple as that. One speck of oil right there from the oil drain plug thing. Planning to get that other one, which you can just like a valve, but time will come. We'll go from here. Hopefully I can take out this oil pan with no problem. Hopefully is the word. And I'm gonna go ahead and try that. The oil's finished draining. I put the plug back because it was dripping like drop per drop, but started to take out the bolts. They're 10mm bolts. They're not too tight, so that's not gonna be bad. Probably the hard part is frying this up. I do have a plan, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work. But we will get to there as soon as I get all these bolts off. My prying tool's all set up. I will let you know which one works best. Got these from Denting. I'm not sure if they'll work. This is a plastic one. Maybe a metal one. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. So finally got the oil pan off. Little trick I used is the good old heat gun. Trust me, this will make your life easier. I was trying for about maybe 5 to 10 minutes trying to get it off without that heat gun, but finally I used it in one corner, got the screwdriver in and pulled it down, and the whole this side came off, and then kind of just pull it and you should be good to go. So fortunately I did do some damage here, but hopefully the sealant will fix that. Minor really. It looks worse, but you can't really feel it that much, but that's not what you want to do, honestly. So yeah, once you get that off, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this residue and install the new oil pan. Alright, we'll do that now. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna be using to clean that up. A good old razor. Got this from AutoZone. I was buying something over there and saw it on the front counter for $2. Not really worth the price. You can use a regular razor, but thought the little handle would help, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with that, see how it goes. So it looks like my razor does work a tad bit. It's not getting all of it, but it does work. So I do have wool that I could try using later on, but I'm gonna go ahead and take off these big chunks first. Right, so I've lost track of time how long I've been down here, but as you guys can see, almost got it all cleaned out with the wool. Got it all kind of polished. Now the hard part is these grooves right here. See how they still have that? It's kind of stupid how my fingernails actually work better. Look at that. I'll just remove this compared to all the tools I kind of bought to help move it. Bam. So if you guys are doing this install, make sure you grow your fingernails out. Kind of hurts now, but ow. It's stupid how good it works. Yeah, keep going along, get this all cleaned up, and then you should be able to install your oil pan, no problem. Alright, so that is probably the cleanest I'll ever get it to be. Oh man, some little spot in there. I already grinded out all of my fingernails. well, yeah, I can't take it off, but that should work. I have brand new sealant either way, so seal it all up, hopefully. But now the bad part is I gotta do the old oil pan, because I did get the kit with a welded oil pan, so I can't really complain. But let's see how that goes. Alright, so gotta get to work on the other pan. This is the one with a welded oil drain thing. It's the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and do this and then just polish it up with the wool thing, and I should be able to put this on a couple of minutes. Alright, you guys can see I actually got this oil pan pretty decent. Now that, well, I don't know where my stuff went, but that kind of method did not work at all because it was tough getting that off. So what I remember is I do have a corded drill and a metal thing right here. I'm not sure what it's called, metal brush. And actually worked pretty well. It looks like it kind of polished it too. You guys can see that finish, like, ooh, that looks pretty good. That's the stuff I need to go over. Now I am gonna wash this to make sure that those metal dusts don't get into the engine. The same thing for the wool pad. I would use Scotch-Brite, the non-metallic one, but I just did it because that's what I have, and I cleaned up pretty well. I wiped it up, checked it that no amount of whatever that thing is, metal shavings end up in the engine. So as long as you be careful, do the right thing, you should be good. And I really like how that turned out, really clean. I just don't recommend trying to do this in the engine block because it is the engine block, and if you mess up somehow, then you'll mess up the block. While over here, if you mess up somewhere, you can actually change the oil pan to another oil pan. But if you mess up on the block, that's basically it for the block, right? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, put the sealant on, and I don't remember exactly what to do. I think you have to let it sit or something for 12 hours, and so I will do that, show you guys how it's done. Hopefully everything I'm doing right now still is the right thing, but if not, let me know, and I'll probably try and fix it if it's not too late. So it's nice and clean now, got it washed up, everything is a-okay. I'm gonna go ahead, and this is where it gets a little wacky on this instruction because it's asking me to basically remove the radiator fan and stuff. I don't think you have to do that for the SBD if you buy the sign kit. So let me see what the next step is, and I'll tune you guys in. Alright, so from research, I found out that I'm gonna go ahead and put the oil pan first because it does have to set for around an hour. Finger tightened only, and then after that hour, torque spec to I think it was 6.4 Newton meters. I'll put that in the description. Also, all the stuff that I'm gonna be using, I'm gonna put that in the description as well. It's gonna be the ultra black gasket maker, maximum oil resistance, specifically for oil pans, so which is good. I'm gonna go ahead and put that around, and I think I'm gonna do around the circle too, just to give it a nice seal as well. So again, you don't want to put too much or too little because that's kind of bad, so just the right amount. And I'll show you guys what it looks like after I kind of line it up. Maybe it's the right one or the wrong one, let me know. Yeah, I'll be right back. And I got the stuff off, but it's not the prettiest job. Reason being is this thing was so hard to squeeze out. I don't know, I cut it on the second one. So as long as it's around, I think 2mm to 6mm beads. Like that, maybe not like that. Don't try to make it better, but I'll go ahead and go bet on it. Around, what happened there? Oh. Okay, better go around the bolt holes, and I'm gonna go. Do not forget your gaskets, by the way. Mine are somewhere in that pile. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on real quick. Let me go get them. So don't forget these washers right here, or not washers, gaskets, rubber gaskets. Because you are going to have a bad time if you put your oil pan on and you forget your gasket. So they are going to be lip up You guys can see that one's for the smaller one. I think that one's for the bigger one. Yeah, fits like a glove. Lip up again. So put those in. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oil pan, let it sit for an hour, hand tightened, and I'm gonna go from there. Torque them right after an hour.